Good morning, this is meteorologist Ryan Weekman trying something a little bit new here. We're going to give you some updates on Facebook and kind of show you some of the behind the scenes, what we're looking at as far as your weather's concerned over the next few days. First off, we're looking at Tropical Storm Isaac. That's the big topic in the weather community this morning. We'll put this into motion and you'll see that over the last day or so, well, we have this rocking for you, but we'll put it into loop for you. And this is the big tropical storm right over the Lesser Antilles right now. Tropical Storm Isaac, and the big question is, where exactly is this tropical storm going to go? Right now it'll go right over the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And big question is, what happens as it goes over Cuba? Right now we think it'll weaken to a tropical storm. Here's the latest cone of uncertainty, as they say in the National Hurricane Center. Is projected to become a hurricane once again over the South Florida Keys and then end up somewhere in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and from there it's about anybody's guess. Some of the models bring the storm all the way onto the western side of Florida, but the majority of the storm models are now saying it looks like we'll see the storm go into the eastern half of Florida. One thing we want to keep a close eye on is what the upper level winds are doing. This is a chart of about halfway through the atmosphere, 500 millibars here. This particular model brings the storm to the western half of Florida, but what we're really watching for is to see if there's any strong troughs or steering winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere that would push this storm to the west side of Florida. Right now we don't really see that, so we're going to call this model an outlier and think that the storm will go to the west of Florida. Here's what the majority of models are showing. This is about 6 or 7 models, and most of them say it's going to go right over Cuba and then somewhere from the south side of Florida to as far west as maybe Alabama or even Mississippi, and a few extreme models. But right now, it's the west side of Florida that looks like it'll see the biggest impacts. Still plenty of time to keep an eye on this storm. All right, what else is going on across the country this morning? SPC says there's not much in the way of any severe threat for storms across the country, just a few minor threats in Nebraska, Kansas, Wisconsin for us. High pressure still in control across the Midwest and southern Great Lakes, so another warm, mild afternoon on the way with highs in the mid-80s in northwest Ohio and southeast Michigan. In your ToledoNewsNow.com Storm Track 11 weather forecast for the next 7 days says highs warm all the way up into the 90s by this weekend. Just a slight chance for a storm late Sunday, but the real threat comes in Monday and may even linger over into our Tuesday. Hope you guys enjoy this video. We'll give you more updates throughout the week.